everybody, it's Romania Black, and we are on episode, is it 33 and 34 already? Oh my god, it is. Hunter. I'm like, yeah, we're just like zapping away at these episodes for this arc, and I mean, I'm not mad at it, but so last week, Gon has been healing up. We got a lot of interesting and intriguing lore on Hisoka. Or did we even get any lore on Hisoka? Hisoka is so mysterious that like any crumbs, I'm just sitting here like gobbling them up. But at the end of it, I'm like, did I even get anything out of this? But any chance I can see Hisoka on the screen, I'm here for it. And we met a new Phantom Troop member, and we found out that the Phantom Troop is gathering conveniently around the same time that Kurapika and the others are all supposed to meet up, but that makes sense because there's this big auction going on, so we shall see what comes of that. But before I get started, I do have a couple comments that I want to talk about before we dive into episodes 33 and 34. CRHJ2HK for episodes 27 and 28 says, Zushi is so cute. Like a kiwi monkey. I don't know if you've ever had a kiwi before, but they're those little fruits. The inside of them are green with the seeds. The outside is this like kind of, it's this Velcro-y texture and it's brown. It looks like the top of Zushi's head. And now I cannot unsee him, and he has the big ears. Kiwi monkey is what Zushi is always going to be. I will never get out of my head. That's amazing. So, thank you, CR, for that imagery that will remain penetrating my brain for all time. El Freya, for episodes 29 and 30, said, maybe I was wondering, some types of karate would have young children, but who would be practicing those since they were toddlers in matches against adults? We're talking about Gon and Killua in Heaven's Arena. But not even that happens. Quote, tournaments strictly separate competitors by age, weight, and belt rank to ensure safety and fairness, primarily due to the massive physical disparity in size, bone density, and strength. End quote. Even sports would never mix junior high players with college or professional players. Imagine a middle school football team against a professional one. Perhaps the main child protagonists most closely resemble fictional superheroes more than anything else in our world. They were basically talking about how Gon and Killua, it's wild that they're in Heaven's Arena arc, battling it out against these full-blown adults. I agree. It is crazy. It boggles my mind the more I think about it. But the thing that boggles my mind more is the fact that everyone treats it as completely normal. They're like, oh yeah, these kids, let them fight. And it's like, they could die, y'all. They could die, but we're not really concerned about that. But, you know, what can we do? And then Vero-chan of 4869 for episodes 27 and 28 says, one of the things I like most about Hunter x Hunter, as you noticed, is when Togashi doesn't explain things at first and just lets them happen. And then here we are, some episodes after, with making the call back to Hisoka's cards through Wing, and also to Illumi pressuring Killua with Nin through Zushi. Yeah, that's so crazy that Togashi, what I said in my reply is that Togashi is very subtle. And what I like about Hunter x Hunter is that for a show that's very like colorful and bright and has these zany characters, Togashi treats his audience like adults. Like he doesn't sugarcoat and like spell everything out in basic block letters. He expects you to get the callbacks and to get the foreshadowing and to get the references, but none of it ever feels heavy-handed, and none of it ever feels like, remember that moment, how we're calling back to it? None of it ever feels like that, which is something I respect about Togashi a lot. He treats his audience as if they are intelligent, and I'm like, thank you, because that makes it more fun to find these things out. So these comments were all great. There were some others that I really enjoyed reading, but we can't be here all day looking at comments. Y'all can go on Patreon and YouTube and see what people have commented. There's some good ones on there, especially the Modlet one slipped by for episodes 29 and 30. They were like, I think you've watched these episodes that's talking about it, mainly about Hisoka and his properties of rubber and gum with the bungee gum. I'm like, yes, I have seen those episodes now. So I have a feeling that it has the properties of rubber and gum is going to get repeated a lot on this channel, so I'm bracing myself for that. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this journey through Hunter x Hunter. We're not going to waste any more time. We are going to start episodes 33 and 34 through Netflix, as Alucard would say. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Go back through this intro here. What I was going to say is that I keep going back to Crunchyroll to get to this series, and every time I go back, it's like, this series is no longer available. And I'm like, of course it's not. I have to go back to freaking Netflix. Look, he looks like he's even green like a kiwi. Yes. Kiwi monkey. We'll never know if it's anything else. Yeah, Wing. Our mild-mannered nin teacher. I don't remember if we find out who his master is, but I'm hoping we find out sooner rather than later. But I don't know if we will or not. Are you ready to shoo Hisoka away? Let's do that together, kids. As we're all full-blown adults. I know. My dogs are ready to shoo him away. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. I wonder if anybody's ever done a English cover of this song. I'm sure somebody has. I'm sure they have. You just try again. You just go away. That damn bunch of gum. It has the properties of both rubber and gum. Do 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 da 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 do 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 do. You can try. Come on, Gon. You gotta keep that promise. You gotta keep that promise. That's right. Haha. Yes. More about Nin. Aww. An empty threat. Ooh. This soundtrack. Okay. And Whiteboard Coon. Whiteboard Coon is there as well. It literally looks like Whiteboard Coon. Okay. Good job, Boy Scout. I didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. Oh. Why does the pig have little blonde hair? Would it have snapped instantly? Oh. Would it immediately snap the thread if he had tried? I like that Killua questions whether he would remember or not. Mm. Yeah. And it broke, look. Mm. Yeah. Ah. And there you go. It did snap. Oh, there you go. We're learning new things every day. I did. Well, let's not try that. I like how he's like, ooh, let's not do that. No, you told me not to, mister. Oh, get that Blu-ray quality out. Remember when computers had... Remember back when computers had little disk drives in the side of them? Oh, wow. If you can see them. They're like, no. Let's do a forensic zoom. The fact that Wing can see them is crazy. Een. Interesting. Then the fact that he can see it means he's very strong. Oh. Oh. Hi. Yes, I did endanger myself. Interesting. Ooh. Are you disappointing me, Zushi? Gon looks so inviting, like, you can show me your Rin. I love he does the pose. It's so cute. It makes him look like a fighting trainer for Pokemon. Oh. Oh. Wow. Prove it. 13. I like that Wing puts the remote in his back of his pants. Aw. Tuck your shirt in, sir. Buddy. Might want to put some sterilization on that there, remote. Wing could be a Pokemon professor if he wanted to. He's got that mysterious kind of ambivalence to him. Oh. Okay. My dogs are being so needy today. Uh-huh. Are you ready for another training arc, kids? Yes. Some of us are good at golf. Some can do motocross. Uh-huh. You have to find it for yourself. Nice. Yes. Oh, and Killua looking at Gon in that moment. We're going to talk about that. Ha! You know, train hard, enjoy life, you know, work hard to play hard. Oh, June 9th, come on. 9 and 10 were on one right after the other, huh? Get it together, kids. Aw. Aw. Let's go to your room, Gon. Killua's all about it. That awkward elevator ride. Oh, they could sense it. Nice. Kind of like what the one guy did, Castro. Oh, no! Not the BK Kids Club! No! They are too legit to quit, Killua. I mean... Oh, man! I love how Killua looks there. Oh. If you're desperate, fight each other. Uh-huh. Oh, those are his pupils. Hey, Gon! Oh, no, nobody's fighting you. No. Yeah, who cares about your deadline? Don't call him Gon-chan. I don't know about that. He's a weirdo. Let's not force children to do things, sir. Let's not do that, sir. Quit badgering these children. Go find other people to fight. Nice. Mm-hmm. A little? Why does this pig have a blonde slick of hair on it? Why is that? So she's like, please don't keep just doing this training all the time. No! I can't do any more! Oh, poor Sushi! I like how Killua is disagreeing and then Gon says one word and Killua's like, oh, okay. Oh. What are we doing, Killua? Quit stalking children! What's wrong with you? Leave this poor child alone. Stop it! He's just a boy. Oh my God. Leave him alone. That's scary. I don't like that. Oh, don't knock this kid out. Oh. No, get away from the children. Stop it. With your freaking foot fetish, get away. Mother trucker, put the shoe back on and walk away. Killua was like, I'll kick your ass right here and right now. Yeah, that's right. Oh, wow. You've already lost once, though, Killua. Mmm. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, put the shoe back. Why'd we take the shoe off? Yeah, the shoe. Just to reiterate, yeah. kill you. Oh my god. Quit us. Oh my god. Leave these children alone. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, bitch. Oh no, it's a week earlier. Oh, yeah! To be a clean living is tough. Not killing people's heart. Oh, Killua, you've come so far, but... what is this drip? Oh. That hat is amazing. Oh, bitch. Oh my god. Oh. Well, our friend was blackmailed. What is this TT? Also, this drip that Killua's wearing is crazy. Gon's like, amazing! And Wing's like, really? Killua's like, I'm gonna need it to kill this man. He is a prodigy after all. It does have the power of rubber and gum. Well, it is because of bungee gum. Yes! Elastic like rubber. Killua is easily motivated. Well, you know. Gon's like, I could just identify the pink threads. Well, we kind of already signed up, so... Yes, they did. Killua was like, I'm going to murder them. I'm going to murder them. Wing's like, well, a week early, but why not? Zushi's like, okay. Oh, Killua's pissed. So mad. Y'all. Oh. They both thought that each other was threatened. Oh, Killua's gonna be fading. Killua's gonna face him first and kill him. Oh, bitch. Yeah, I don't think so. You are targeting children. You think you're gonna be floor master by targeting children? Oh my God. Oh, bitch! Oh, bitch! Oh! Hell yeah! Wow. He was like, if you threaten my boo, you are in for it. That voice acting was incredible. I loved that. Oh my gosh, I loved that so much. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Nice. Okay, let's go to Gon's Encyclopedia at 22:54. We got like 44 seconds left, and let's go. Yeah, this guy that punked out. Oh my gosh. Well. So yeah, that is what you get. So that's one down. We got 2 to go. Woo! Anyway, we are going to start episode 34. Oh, Killua, my dude. We're going to start that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. A different recap. I mean, we've mastered enough, right? Dun, 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 dun. I feel like Barracuda is about to start playing. Uh-huh. Yep. And Gon and Killua are just here to make some extra spare change. I am absolutely loving that Killua is so protective of Gon. He's like, do not threaten my friend or I will destroy you. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to read that in the manga. That's gonna be so much fun. Aww. We haven't seen Leorio at all in this arc, but I guess, you know, who wants to watch a guy study doctoring skills? Go away! Woo! We're clearly not battling Hisoka this episode set because we've got to take care of these other 2 losers. But still, man, you can try. Just see Leorio blasting off again like Team Rocket in the background. Oh my god. Ah! Da, da. Oh my god. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, that didn't work out very good for you, did it? That's too much cowardice for a floor master. I love Killua whispering it. Mm-hmm. Yep. I love that dripping. Damn. Damn. Power to avenge. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, damn. On the other hand, Gon has been doing everything by the book like a freaking Boy Scout. Oh. Assassinize. Yeah, I mean, what'd you think? A child in Heaven's Arena? Oh my god. Like, he just flew the coop to avoid it. Damn. Are ya? Are ya? Okay. That's crazy. I mean, what's the point of having a whole floor to yourself, though? Honestly. Oh. Well, that would be beneficial, actually. Until somebody challenges you. Hmm. Ah! Ah! Holy shit! Oh my god. Like a damn specter. Ooh. Killua. Oh my god, Killua, you are insane. I love you. Yes! Yeah, let's do that. Killua behind the scenes, like a freaking mob boss, while Gon is the perfect Boy Scout. Oh my god. Gon's like, I wonder if Killua threatened his life. But we're not gonna worry about it. White Raccoon. Our precocious boys. Showing them going through all the training. Uh-huh. Okay. Reihlvelt, yeah. Okay, so these two guys are going to be taken care of. Yeah, a rematch. I forgot he did a rematch. Yes. His fishing pole? Is he going to use his fishing pole? Like holding his fishing rod? For the, dreidels? The tops? Oh yeah, he is going to have his fishing pole. Yay! I wondered why he didn't use it the first time, but he didn't know really what Nin truly was. Good. I've been wanting him to use his fishing pole. Do they have a standard type, or is this the same referee every time? Oh my god. Okay. Yep. Do you? Uh-huh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shotgun Blues! What is this? Cowboy Bebop? Oh my god. Okay. Nani? Oh. And not everybody can see Nin, so they won't know. No, 2 months has made a difference. Yeah. Questioning it like that's interesting. Okay. Right. That are stupid enough to come straight at him. Look at him, so proud. Uh-huh. Gon is our little warrior of justice. I was gonna guess that. That would have been my guess. Yeah, but he's spinning so fast. Uh-huh. Oh. It has to be intentional. Oh. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. The referee's like, and the battle arena. This is for sushi. Oh. Oh, bitch. Wow. This boy has destroyed this man's accessibility. Damn, yeah! Oh my god. I would stay down too, sir. Our boy fighting for sushi. That was so smart. I love that. Uh-huh. Bitch. Killua was so proud. He's like, I'm not surprised. Oh, man, that was great. Good job, Gon. Good job, Gon. Oh. I love the soundtrack of these episodes. Underworld affiliations. Is that what we're calling assassins nowadays? Oh, wow. Interesting. Ah, let's not assume. And Gon's just like ready to see him. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh. Professor Xavier's got some moves. I moved too fast. I want to know whose voice actor is. He's like, I'm not intimidated by that. I mean, oh, bud. Oh, sweetheart. Never say never. He's like, well, I see it perfectly. He's like, okay. Damn it, Gon. He's like, really? The tops were more impressive. Oh. I'm not a normal person. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I was like, are they going to poison him? Oh, shit. Gon is not worried about him. Oh my God. The faith. Keeping the faith. You're just pissing him off. Yeah, about that. Oh! Oh my God. Oh, that's really sad, actually. That's why I'm a little pissed. Oh my God. Yep, that'll about do it. He's like, yep. Buck. Oh my God, these children. These precocious children have done the impossible. I love this. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about this in the discussion, but this is such... What a Vegeta and Goku dynamic. We're going to talk about it. Oh my God. Good job, Killua. Way to electrocute that man. You too, Gon. Way to disable that man. On June 10th. Oh, they're talking about revolt. Do you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much. Why, who could be stalking these boys? But this creepy clown. Go away. Why is all these men stalking these boys? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Oh no. Wow. Well, there you go. Meanwhile, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and there ain't no gum around. Wow. If he loses. Wow. Wow. And he was talking about all these things he was going to do. No fishing rod today. Song of defense. Oh man, that makes me want to do it. Oh my god, Gon's just like, hey, did you fix this ring? Bye! That man's like, we just had that fixed like 2 days ago. Right. Give me a hug! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh my god. Oh. Just break that man's wrists? Oh my god, is this it? Oh my god! Oh my god! These precocious boys! Killua would have done that, but Gon's not about that life. Aww. Aww. Wow, and Gon coming out. Is he gonna see Hisoka there? Like Hisoka saw her? You can't just start the slow clap! Oh, bitch. Ooh. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. You pick the time and place. Oh, man. Okay. Oh. Oh, my gosh. Okay. It's gonna be interesting, y'all. It's gonna be interesting. Mm-hmm. The little dog! I just noticed the little dog on his shoulder. Oh my god. Interesting indeed. Ooh. Oh man, I love her. She's great. I feel like the girl with the vacuum is the one that we see cosplayed the most out of the Phantom Troop. Because, I mean, it's a pretty easy cosplay, and it's kind of creative. Oh, bitch. Okay. Let's hear what this encyclopedia is about. Oh my god, Ahsoka's on the chalkboard. Oh, Coco, she gets a thing. Oh my god, it's like Nurse Jenny. How many Nurse Jennies are there? How many Cocos are there? Well, that answers one of my questions. Man. I don't know how long this, I always say this, I don't know how long this discussion will be for this week because it very much was a setup of here, let's do some training, let's get Gon ready and get him up to fight Ahsoka. This series is basically, I like it for two reasons. I could see how some people would find this arc not as intriguing because it is a lot of training, but simultaneously, I feel it does two things. One, it is giving us the foundation with Nin that these two boys are going to be using the rest of the series and building upon. So you gotta have it happen somehow and at some point, and doing it in the Heavens Arena where it's kind of in this contained environment, I feel works really well because it's not like out in the open where like the control factor kind of varies a lot and can get more chaotic. No, this is literally, they are stuck in this tower. They have a place to recover. They have Wing's house they can kind of vacate to if they need to, but it is sort of a safe place. Although it was very much tested by these creepy men this week who can't leave these children alone, even if they are bringing it upon themselves to battle there. But then the other thing is this entire arc has just been building tension. And we really have 4 episodes left of the arc, which is crazy that we're already almost towards the end of it. It's wild. But so next week is going to be Ahsoka versus Gon. I'm so excited. That's what I've been building up for because I don't remember all of the specifics. I don't remember. Obviously, I believe Gon beats Ahsoka because otherwise he couldn't move forward in the series and we'd be stagnant here and we know that there's like hundreds of episodes after this. But I feel as though it's going to be interesting to see how Gon beats Ahsoka because I don't remember that part. I just remember what I mainly took from this Heaven's Arena arc was Gon and Killua unlocking a way to get stronger, which is important and needed for the rest of the series. And the other thing I remember is Gon versus Ahsoka was a lot of fun. Those are the two main things I took from this arc. And it's been fun to go back through it because people are like, oh, well, you watched it. You remember. 1, that was 6 years ago. That was over half a decade. And 2, I was grading papers and looking up going, oh, that's cool. And looking back down and looking back up. And I was not critiquing it and paying attention like I am now. I was not sitting here like I just did and watched it and the whole episode. I was just glancing up and down. And when things got interesting, I was like, oh, I'll watch this for a second. And then I went back down. So I think people underestimate, like, there are certain things that really stood out to me that I do distinctly remember, like characters and like a specific plot point, but like all the little intricacies and stuff like this, no. I did not remember any of this episode set whatsoever. So this episode set, I was like, oh, didn't remember any of this. So it was nice to go back through and see what these characters did throughout these 2 episodes. But Killua is so intriguing to me. I absolutely love Killua. And here in 3, 2, 1, we are going to be going through and just kind of doing some screenshots. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of new information that we got, although we are going to talk a little bit about on Whiteboard Coon. Whiteboard Coon featured alongside the Whiteboard Coon that Wing has. Wing and I, we got glasses, we've got dark hair. He needs the millennial side bangs, but we're working on it. But he has his Whiteboard Coon, just like I do. And so anyway, I do like this explanation to find out that Wing did insert Nin into the thread, which is, we should probably bring that up because Killua notes like, oh, that's an interesting little tactic there. So the idea of infusing Nin into objects, which we just watched last week when Hisoka infused the scarf with his own nin, and it became the texture surprise, which still sounds like something on Great British Baking Show. I'm going to make you some texture surprise, like that horrible Cockney accent is what it sounds like. But I don't know why the pigs have the little blonde pudge of hair. Is there a reason for that? Please, internet, explain why the pigs have a little blonde tuft of hair on their heads. I mean, I get the flying pigs because, like, you know, day pigs could fly, like, as in something never thought to have happened has happened. But why do they have little like blonde tufts of hair? I feel I'm missing a reference. I'm missing a joke. I need that explained to me. But yeah, I also Gon and Killua's friendship developing this episode alongside Zushi. One thing I do like is that Killua has come a long way. Killua has come from the start of this arc being kind of jealous of Zushi and wanting Gon to kind of like be like, we don't need to hang around him, to being someone that the moment Zushi is threatened, Killua's like, mm-mm. But to be fair, Killua, you know, did come and defend Zushi, but he didn't really get pissed off until they threatened Gon. And that's when he got mad. That's when the shit hit the fan. Whereas with Gon, them threatening Zushi was enough for him to punch Guido's face in, or punch in his leg, which we'll talk about, and threaten to punch his face in. But yeah, so Wing kind of establishes with them that even though it's been a while, once they learn the techniques, it's not so hard to go back to things. It's not so hard to jive back in, even if you haven't, you know, accessed it for a while. But yeah. So then he's like, you know, Gon, if you'd broken your promise, I would have known. So got ourselves a DVD of the match. I'm glad that Wing recorded it. And then he talks about a few new techniques. He asks them if they can see the threads. And of course our boys, I like how boys are like, no, like Zushi's like, I can't see it. And Gon's like, oh man, I really can't either. And Killua looks more mad than anything. He's like, why can't I see it? But then Wing explains there are threads of aura coming from Hisoka's hand. And so we get a little bit of additional info on Nin. So with Nin, we know that there is 10, which is mainly for defense. We also know that there is Zetsu, which is for concealment, basically. We know that there is Rin, which is kind of to power up. And we know that Hatsu is the actual attack. So yeah, we established that. But we also have a high level of application of concealment called In. And In is what Hisoka uses to mask. Like the stronger the opponents, or even strong opponents will find it hard to see the aura. It's a method Gon used in his fight with Guido. This method, you know, could work through that. But you didn't do any offense, so it didn't work out in the end. So then they talk about Gio. He's like, you should be able to see past it. And he has Zushi test it, and they do the whole thing where he sees it through his eyes and, like, applies it straight to it. Can you see? He guesses 13 strands. Once Killua masters it, he guesses 15, which is correct. And he's like, yeah, channeling your power through Gio. So Gio is a power up of Rin, I do believe. Correct? Did we establish that? Yes. If you can establish it through Gio, then you can go. I don't like him putting the remote in his back pocket. In the back of his pants. It's so weird. He says Nin powers develop on the particular individual. I do like that they establish that your powers through Nin are going to vary per person. So your preferences, your specialties, your interests, they're all going to be able to use Nin in different ways so that no two-person accessing Nin is going to be the same, which is nice. I like that we get that clarification in this. And so with mastering Nin, he's like, you know, your powers are just beginning to develop, so you should train hard. He's like, train hard, work hard, and play hard. You know, you're just battling to the death, kids. That's all, you know. So, okay, on this calendar, they were originally supposed to battle the 9th and the 10th, and then they got challenged on Monday the 29th and Tuesday the 30th, and then Wednesday would have been the 31st of May. Okay. So they got challenged like a solid week out before they were originally scheduled to. Interesting. Like, that should be enough time to learn Rin, or to learn Een and Geo. And I like that our boys have become friends. I like that both Killua and Gon have kind of accepted Zushi. We still don't know. It's interesting at this point in the episode set that we've been around Zushi and Wing quite a bit. We still don't know what their end goals are. Like, why are they trying to get past the 200 to the floor? What's the point of that? We've not been told, which strikes me as interesting. And next week it looks like we're facing Ahsoka, which would be the climax of this arc. And then we have 2 episodes presumably after that, which I don't remember what happens after that fight with Ahsoka, to be fair. I don't remember. I'm assuming they all meet up with everybody else, or they keep training, or we get like a montage or an epilogue, but I legit don't know. We're going to find out. That's going to be the thing after next week. So I'm like, it's curious to me they haven't questioned Zushi what his whole deal is. Like, why are you training? And he's not really offered that up. So the detail in the elevator where they noticed that the presences of the 3 like disabled adults outside the elevator, I think that that's a really cool callback to Castro, because Castro was telling Killua about how he could sense people once they entered the floor, and now we have all 3 of them. They've practiced Nin enough that they can identify the people entering the floor. That's a really cool detail. I like that. I think that's really neat. Neat. But yeah, so they get off the elevator, and then there's our motley crew waiting to take on these children. By the way, these absolute children. And then, of course, Sadaro's like, oh, don't be so harsh. She's like, I just want to fight you guys. And Killua's like, why can't they leave us alone? We're kids. Why can't they go fight other people on this floor? Why are they targeting who they think the weakest are? Like, that's not fun. That's not cool at all. And so Sadaro wants to fight them, and Killua and Gon and Zushi are like, no, maybe not. And then I like that Gon's like, we don't have to tell you anything. And Gon's like, I'm going to fight on the 10th. And Killua's like, what are you doing? I like that Killua's like, you shouldn't just be a Boy Scout and tell everything that you know. I love his expression there. And Gon's like, I don't care. Let him come. Come at me, bro. Like, Gon's not afraid. That's the one thing. Gon is fearless. He is not afraid. Killua is calculating and overthinks everything and analyzes hyperdrive. But Gon's just like, I'll fight you if you come at me. Okay. And it's like, Gon, sweetheart. And he's like, that won't do. May 29th is my last day. And I like that Killua's like, well, that's not our problem that your deadline is sooner than ours. Go find someone else to fight. Like, Killua, to be fair, Killua has come a long way. I feel like Heaven's Arena arc, Gon has been like, he's gotten stronger, obviously. But Gon has morally been grounded and rooted in who he is since episode 1. And we love that about Gon. That's one thing we love about his character. He's consistent. He's grounded. He's an earth sign. And then Killua has developed and evolved and had so much growth since the beginning when we first met him. Killua from last arc would have already threatened these guys to kill him. But Killua's like, I've turned a new leaf. I've changed and mended my ways. I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to tell these guys that they're jerks and they need to just back off, but I'm not going to immediately kill them. And they're like, and then Sadaro's like, you and I will fight. I'll see to it. And Killua's like, I'm not having that. So as they're practicing, these boys are just being precocious, training as you do. You could just tell how bonded Killua and Gon are in this moment. Like, they are just such good friends. And poor Zushi! Zushi's like, I don't want to get too ahead. I don't want them to get ahead of me and know it. Our poor boy Zushi, bless his heart. He can't help it that he's dealing with monsters. So as they leave, Zushi's like, I don't want to train anymore. And Gon's like, it's okay. We'll just train later. And Killua's like, I'm going to go back. I like that Killua watches like Zushi go away and he just thinks to himself, I wonder if those jerks who are threatening children would try to do something inappropriate. I better stay about 10 feet behind and follow and see if anything happens. Which it blows my mind that these guys are targeting these children. Like they are so spineless. They won't fight anybody else in the 200s, which they established way back in like the first episode they went to the 200 levels. Maybe it was like episode 3 or 4 of this arc. They established that there are, you know, like at least a couple dozen people. I think 27 or so, or I think it was maybe 27, or it was either 121 or 27 people on this floor. Either way, there's more than just Gon and Killua. They could fight other people, but they're being so cowardly and targeting these kids. It's really sad, and I don't like it. I'm like, leave them alone. And I don't know. I think that this kind of talks about the times that were happening here, because I did want to make note of one thing, because you have 3 characters here who all were targeted the moment they got onto the 200s, and they're the 3 that survived the hazing without having the proper knowledge of Nin, right? But them surviving the hazing left them with these physical handicaps and these physical disabilities. Like Reihlvelt's in this wheelchair. I don't know if he was in the wheelchair to start with or if it was after the hazing. We don't get to know. Guido, did he lose his leg in the hazing and then adapted Nin to use it? We don't know for sure. And then Sadaro, did he lose his arm in the hazing and adapt to use around it? Regardless, I do feel like the series dates itself a little bit because it's originally from the 90s, in that the characters with very physical, obvious disabilities are painted as villains. And I'm not trying to make Hunter x Hunter woke necessarily, but I do feel that in this series, it very much harkens back to a 90s mentality where... Sorry. Oh, my throat got dry there. It harkens back to this kind of 90s mentality of losing kind of the... Oh my God. Yeah. I've got like hair in my throat. It's my dogs. I have hair like a hairball. But it harkens back to this kind of 90s mentality of not recognizing the nuance of characterization in terms of kind of the psychological... I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I've watched a couple series in recent months on the channel that are newer series that kind of explore heroes or main characters or protagonists that have neurodivergencies, that have physical or mental or psychological handicaps, and are still able to not only thrive as heroes or as main characters, but thrive and have robust relationships, thrive and be successful in their goals, things like that. And here, Hunter x Hunter kind of sort of, you can tell it's from the 90s, from a different time, because those physical ailments and disabilities kind of become things that nag at that character to the point where they start to try to overcompensate in other ways or try to get desperate and attack these children to try to get their goals accomplished because they don't believe that they're good enough to accomplish them without doing those things. And maybe it would be different if only one of the character had a disability and was doing it, but the fact that all 3 of them have that disability and are the villains of the arc, and the fact that all 3 of them sort of lose because their disabilities are targeted. It's just, if you've watched series like Windbreaker or Gachia Kuda or To Be Hero X, which are much newer series, those 3 series, and those are just 3 I'm naming right off the bat, they kind of focus on sort of a neurodivergency or a physical or psychological handicap and sort of build the characters from that in a way that's very progressive and in a way that's very nuanced and interesting. And I just wish that back in the 90s, Togashi had that insight and had maybe made these characters, I don't know. I don't want to change anything about the series. I think it works, but that nuance just isn't here. And that's the one thing I wish in this episode set that we had more of with those characters. Instead, they're kind of villains of the week. And I get it, you're building up to Hisoka, but that was just me rambling out loud for like my critique of these 3 and their actions, because they're pretty severe actions. They targeted Zushi and like could have severely hurt him. Like, I'm amazed that Wing didn't come out and do a what for, but I think he knew that they had it handled. And for Killua, what I was going to say in the reaction is that Killua reminds me like Gon has reminded me of Goku from Dragon Ball Z since day one. And Akira Toriyama created Dragon Ball Z a decade before this series. So you cannot tell me that Togashi was not inspired by Akira Toriyama's works. You can't not tell me he wasn't. I'm sure he was. And so Gon very much has a Goku. I mean, it's Gon and Goku. Gon has a very much Goku kind of essence to him where he's just this pure brawler, just loves to fight, just loves the thrill of battle, but he's so innocent and pure about it. There's not a bad or mean bone in this kid's body. And Goku is kind of the same way. Killua is the answer to the question, what if Vegeta genuinely cared about Goku when they were kids growing up? That's literally it. Killua is Vegeta in the sense of like his pride, in the sense of his murderous intent. It's just like, whereas in Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta's like, I don't like you, and he's a tsundere and is constantly like against Goku, even though he wants to battle him constantly. In this, Killua's like, oh, you're threatening my friend? Okay, cracks knuckles. Like if Vegeta had cared about Goku and wanted to defend him from any threats, this is the answer to that question. And I live for it. I love it. I feel like Killua has quickly developed a codependency on Gon. Like, and I think Gon loves Killua as a friend, and Gon would do anything for Killua, but Gon never feels like Killua isn't in control of it. He's like, oh, you got this, Killua. You're good to go. Killua constantly, he knows that Gon is fine, but he knows that Gon is pure and would never hurt anybody. And he's like, how about we don't threaten my friend? How about you don't take advantage of my friend's kindness? You know? Yeah. And so he basically blackmails Killua into fighting him to save Zushi. And they take Zushi back. And he's like, this is a one-time deal. Do not mess this up. You do not fight Gon. You fight me. That's it. You'll get your win. I don't care, but leave Gon alone. What do? They don't leave Gon alone. Instead, Geto blackmails Gon into fighting our boy again. And I love that line where Killua, as he's carrying Zushi back, he's like, man, not killing people's pretty hard. Our boy has come so far. He has come so far in so few episodes. I'm really proud of Killua. But also this drip, like, what is this? This very much feels like something from Dragon Ball Z as well. That trucker hat, Android 17 will be wearing that trucker hat for sure. 100%. What is that even? It's got the two X's like Hunter x Hunter, but then it looks like two K's. It looks like XK, X, and KX. Wild. I don't even know what that is supposed to be. But yeah, then Killua was like, what is that? I don't even know what the TT is on his hoodie there. He's like, oh, them eyes. He's like, that bastard. I told him what to do, and he didn't do it. And not only did he not do it, he threatened my bestie. No. Those swirling eyes. Oh my God, no. Man, the early 2000s, that like sleeveless hoodie. And so then Wing is like, wow, you guys really mastered Gyo and Een, huh? I guess you guys can fight. How about that? Killua is also, I like that we are reminded that Killua is someone who is very eager to please. He wants to be recognized and he wants to get praised. And so he's like, well, actually there are 15 threads and there's one here, and then there. Like our boy wants to be acknowledged for his talents there. Yeah. So then Killua was like, all right, well, we're all set to go. Everything looks like it's going to be fine. And Killua was like, I've already chosen my day to fight. And Gon's like, me too. So I like that as they're walking back, Gon is like, I'm worried they're going to use Zushi again. And I really don't like that they did that. And Killua was like, I don't like it either. Again, the bonding with these two, I tell you. And then he's like, I'll beat Killua for my 6th win and Gon for my 7th. So he had 5 wins at that point. Then I need to find 3 more chumps. You should have found the 3 chumps first. That should have been your move. It's interesting, the discussion of Floor Master. Geto never really explains why he wants to be Floor Master. Revolt kind of explains it. So we're going to talk about it here in a second. But revolts is more like for prestige and like expanding their influence. Guido, we never really find out. He doesn't really talk about it. And then our boy Sadaso, not Sadaro, Sadaso. Oh my God. Sadaso is like, I'm going to get all the wealth and glory and have all this money to set me up and I won't have to work. Yeah, no, you won't. Now you're going to be targeted for the rest of your life and being afraid that there's an assassin coming after you. And that killing intent going through him. I feel like he uses his nin to be a ghost, but Killua, like, that was what he wanted to do. And he said, if you move, I will kill you. If you use nin, I will kill you. And if you make a sound, I will kill you. The way that the voice actor just whispered that so low in that moment. So good. So good. And he's like, I love that he's just like, his face is dripping like a candle as this is all going on. And he says, you're going to leave and never show your face to us again. So Sadaso says that it sounds like, it looks like Killua's eyes are from the underworld. So I like that the assassins and that entire like realm of assassins are called the underworld and that it is recognized as such. And Sadaso is like, oh, this kid's an assassin. I definitely underestimated that. And I want no part of that. It's interesting that you have like, in the underworld, I assume could include more than just assassins. It could include the Phantom Troop. It could include some other gangs. It could include a lot of things. So that's going to be interesting to see what we get down the road with that. But yeah, Sadaso's like, bye. Not even going. So let's get to the next episode. The Hunterpedia is Sadaso. We get him. I also didn't notice until just now that Hisoka's face is on the whiteboard. You need to keep away from these children. Stop it. But yeah, I want to look up who is Sadaso's voice actor. Sadaso in Revolt. Sadaso VA. Who were they? In the English dub, it was Ben Lepley, and it's Kazuma Takeo. Why does that sound familiar? Kazuma Takeo has Dr. Goat in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's all he's been doing. Oh my God, no! He's only Sadaso and Dr. Richard Goat. He's just Dr. Dick Goat. Oh, we are 12. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's the only voice acting roles that you do need. I want to know who Revolt is. Revolt. People are gonna be like Reihlvelt. Oh my God, his name is just spelled wonderfully. Who is his voice actor? Scott Roberts and Sean Chiplock. Okay, we want the, he was voiced by two different people. We want the 2011 version. So, Ichitaro Ai. We're going to look up him and see what he's been in. Okay, so he has been in a couple of different things. Oh my gosh, he also plays, Reihlvelt's voice actor also plays Mr. Bean. So that's fun in this very series that we are watching. Okay, he does a dual role there. Nice. He's been in Digimon. He's Pokemon. Aw. And wow, he's not been in a lot either. He was a newspaper salesman in One Piece in 1999. Hell yeah, obscure reference. He's also been in, Valkyria Chronicles. Haven't watched that. But yeah, Mr. Beans. Okay. Interesting. He's not done anything after 2021, so not sure about that, but okay. And so there we go. So the episode had been called Empty Threat, which indeed, Sadaso turned out to be a very empty threat to Gon and Killua. So there's that. I like these birds just kind of like showing up out of nowhere. And then we have we had a recap, but it was worth the recap to see Killua defending Gon and being like, and not only defending Gon, by the way, in the episode called Power to Avenge, not only that, Sadaso's like, peace out. I'm getting out of here. He's got his, like, crossbody. He is ready to go. He's like, see ya. I'm going to disappear because I don't want to die. The fact that Killua's intimidation was so powerful that Sadaso, like, left town never to be seen again, I feel like that speaks volumes. So then Guido and Reihlvelt are trying to figure out what to do. And Reihlvelt's like, I'm going to do whatever it takes He's like, I'm close to becoming a floor master. So we see the very top of the tower. And interestingly enough, the top of the tower you would think is its own floor, but then there is this arena above it, which is crazy. And so if you make it to past the 200s, you get 10 wins, you get to challenge a floor master. Now, here's my deal. Here's my deal with this, because Reihlvelt says after that, should you triumph, once you've earned the title of floor master, you can be a lecturer, you can be an advisor. So he says that once you become a floor master, you can have your own floor, which at first I was like, you know, these guys all seem kind of lonely up there, you know, at the top of the tower. They seem kind of lonely. So I'm like, well, why would you want a whole floor to yourself? That seems like a lot of excess room for one person. But then he brings up a good point. You can do like a lecture series. You can be an advisor. You can open up a business on that floor. Like, could you imagine? You could start a new martial arts school. You know, all of these things are talking about him being a teacher. They're all roles of being a teacher. He is not very teacherly. As a teacher, he's not very teacherly in this episode. But there's a couple things with this. One, it's kind of crazy to imagine that somebody would just like go to floor 267 to battle, not to battle the floor master, but to go up there for like a business class. Like, could you imagine going to Heaven's Arena and then you're like, oh, I'm going to floor 245. There's like a business lecture up there. I want to catch it. Like, how wild. Crazy, right? Also makes me wonder if Wing, you know, why didn't he start a martial arts school up there? Maybe that's his goal. I don't know. We'll see. We haven't heard anything about that. But my biggest hang up is that Reihvelt's talking about how he needs the 10 wins to challenge the floor master. Getting the 10 wins does not guarantee you a floor at all. It gives you the opportunity to battle a floor master who is clearly probably strong enough to beat you because they've made it to that point as well. So you're not even guaranteed the floor and all the glory and stuff that you want. You just get like the chance to apply and try to see if you can win. And if you're fighting kids, I don't think you're going to make it. And they're like, we can handle Gon. And then Killua's like, you sure about that? Killua's like showing up like Five Nights at Freddy's just in the shadow, ready to spring. That was, oh. And Killua's like, yeah, I can threaten you whenever I want. I loved this scene of Killua expressing being like, I am holding back quite a lot because of my friend Gon. And because I don't want Gon to feel bad. So I'm holding back quite a bit. But I'm really mad right now. And I don't want any of you getting any funky ideas about cheating with Gon. I love it. You know, I can come here when you're sound asleep, when you're taking a dump. Like, what a thing for a 12-year-old to say. But I love that Killua was like, look, play fair or we're going to have a problem. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we probably shouldn't cheat. So yeah, you can see the top of the where the battle arena is for the floor masters. That's so wild. But there's also these other little tiny floors outside too. So are those battle arenas as well? What? So we get our boys training a little bit for the next couple of days to get stronger. And they're like, all right, Gon's second match is Guido and then Reihlvelt. That's what we're getting. And the long-awaited rematch. I like that it's not drawn out, and I'm glad that Gon is using his fishing pole because I was wanting him to use it from the beginning, and now we're getting to see it in action, which is great. I made a note. They kind of did a fourth wall breaking joke with Coco, the announcer, saying that, you know, kind of like a Nurse Joy situation, like, are there multiples of her? No, Coco is the only one. The other girls that work in the Heaven's Arena have different colored hair. I feel like the girl announcing Coco, Tagashi likes drawing female announcers for battles. If you've watched Yu Yu Hakusho, if you've watched Yu Yu Hakusho, then you know that there is a battle arc and there's an announcer and she's like a scantily clad mermaid lady. But yeah, I love her character. So I'm not surprised Tagashi has like female announcers for this series as well. This guy though, he's either in every match or he has mini twin brothers. But I feel for this guy because he's got to referee every single match and watch as they destroy his arena stage and be like, well, we're going to have to fix that up because Gon tears it up twice in this episode. But it was smart. I like that Gon thought about what to do, and he's like, well, I can't just take my fishing lure and move it towards you. It'll get all tangled up. And I can't attack your, like, tops. I can only defend against them. So what I'm going to do is use my fishing pole to knock you off and then destroy the source of your rotation, which is your fake leg. So hope that's okay. Yeah, and I like that Killua determines that Gon is very angry because of what they did to Zushi, and that's Gon's sense of justice, which he's not wrong. It's just funny that Killua is saying that as Killua was doing the exact same thing towards Gon early on in this episode. But yeah, I was not anticipating you going to use the fishing pole to get the concrete block. I was not anticipating that. And then when he got down on the ground, that shot of Gon about to punch him and instead he breaks the prosthetic leg. Genius. Genius, our boy. And I love that he's got all this blood from striking the concrete, and he's like, if you touch Zushi again, this is gonna be your face. Like, I just busted through steel. It's gonna be your jaw next time. Our boy Gon fighting for his friend's sake. I love it. I live for it. This was just so smart, and it played up to Gon's strengths, and he didn't have to overexert any energy. It was like, work smarter, not harder. Nice. And Wing is like, good. That's the way to do it. And Hisoka takes notice. So then we have Revolt versus Killua. And this match, too, is not crazy long. Because Killua's just like, well, I love that both Gon and Killua did doing the little cat tongue against him. Killua, I did feel kind of bad for him in this moment because when he gets struck by, they look like jumper cables, like you're going to jump your car if the battery dies. That's what those snake bands look like. That's probably what they are. He's just applied an end to them. Also, look at Gon. Gon was so sure. Gon and Killua watching each other's matches. They're so confident that each other is going to win. It's absolutely adorable. I love it. But yeah, I felt really bad for Killua when he grabbed the cables and took all of that electricity and all the current. He looks a lot older there when his chin is tipped up. He looks like he's a teenager in that moment. But for him to say, it hurt, but I'm used to the pain from being tortured, I did feel kind of bad at that. I know he's an assassin. I know that's part of it, but he's still a kid. And for him to have been tortured by his family so often, it kind of sucks. Also, the glare that he gave Sadaso is basically the glare that he gave his mom, just amped up. So yeah, and I love he's like, well, you're going to die. I threw you up in the air. You're going to die if you just fall down. So let me catch you. Genius. Our boys are so precious. Like the way they beat their opponents, adorable. Loved it. And then I like that Gon's like, good job, Killua. Good job, Gon. Love it. So yeah, he's like, Gon's got this. And Hisoka, you need to stay at least 500 feet from these children. At all time. And so one thing I love is that the difference between Gon and Killua, Gon just throws the arena. And this man's like, oh my God, again? He just throws it. And then Reihlvelt tries to get out of the way. And Gon grabs the whips. And then aims it. And he's like, is this the power? I think I'm going to turn it on. And Reihlvelt like freaks out and knocks himself unconscious. The difference between Gon and Killua is Killua very much was like, I'm going to use this electricity against you. You bastard. You shocked me. And Gon's like, just kidding. Like, I don't want to do that to you, sir. Just a difference in dynamic between the two of them. It's great. It's great. And then Gon, look at him. Look how precious he is. Ugh, our precious boy. And then as he leaves the arena, I love this parallels Hisoka leaving and seeing the girl from the Phantom Troop. And honestly, Gon has grown a lot. Like, Hisoka, like, comes up to him and says, you know, you've made all this progress. And Gon doesn't look terrified. He doesn't look shocked. He's just like, okay. Like, in this moment, Gon is handling himself really well. And what I wanted to say was, you had Sadaso and Guido and Reihlvelt, And all three of them were like trying to coerce Gon and Killua the entire episode set into fighting them at this specific time, doing this specific thing, and trying to mold these boys and control their movements and everything. Hisoka's just like, you pick the time and place and I'll show up. That is a difference in power. That is a difference in power dynamic. And Hisoka establishes it like that. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you could just see like Gon's fist clench, like he's finally gonna face off against Hisoka. Hisoka's like, let's do this. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy indeed. So we get a little bit with Coco. We find out she's the only one. I'm so ready for next week. Oh, next week's gonna be great. So yeah, I don't have too much to say else about this episode. There was a lot of setup, a lot of Killua being just intimidating as hell, and Gon being this precious Boy Scout that wants to defend Zushi's honor, and I'm just excited for next week. Next week's gonna be a fun time. So, I'm supposed to be going on a trip next week, so I will either be recording this episode set before I'm gone on my trip, or I'm gonna be recording it right after, so we'll just have to see which happens first. But in any case, I'm excited to hear your thoughts down below. Please let me know what you thought of the episodes. Please let me know what you think of the battles with Guido and Reihlvelt and Sadaso and Killua's protection of Gon and Gon's protection of Zushi and everybody protecting everybody. And then next week we'll see Hisoka versus Gon. I'm excited! So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with more Hunter x Hunter. Bye.